Hi, my loves. Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome in. For those of you returning, I appreciate all of that. And I'm here to do the latest latest reading for the Tarot in the Shadow series. So here we go. They're like, you never introduce yourself. I go by Melinda NailFanatic, coming to you live from Las Vegas. Beautiful night, beautiful light, and welcome back to Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot. The following message has been co-signed by the Divine and sponsored by Spirits. Yes. Bring your intuition to the party, because you'll always have the responsibility for the consequences and repercussions that you see for all the choices that you make in this life. I do what I do because I know there's so much in the empowerment of both me and you. Okay. The empowering of our authentic divine nature. And I know that we learn and grow with one another. None of us are ever so singular that we are completely alone. Somewhere out there in this planet, someone else is feeling just like you're feeling, going through something so similar to you. And somebody who really needed this message could be specifically about you and what you're experiencing, or someone around you and what they're experiencing that is having some sort of bearing in your experience. Shout out to Janine. I see you, boo. All right. And then, what else? I am an open channel for source. I don't have to turn it on, and it never turns off. They said that's not all the way true. Tell them about that 1 minute. So there was 1 minute when I was consulting for a long distance friend by phone, where it turned off. It wasn't even a minute. It was like 10 seconds. It was completely off. For the first time in my life, it was off. And it was the strangest thing, because when it turned back on, oh man, it felt right again. But it was like my mind had become an empty room in that 10-second span, and it was the strangest feeling I had ever had. So we're gonna see what is the most important message that has to come through here. I just heard this is not about a specific external person. This is gonna have everything to do with you. So you're going to resonate at different levels to this message. Some of you are going to be at a different space in the timeline. That's fine. No zodiac sign matters. This message is timeless. When you find it, you're in this energy in some sort of way. Again, it could be you directly, or it could be around you. It doesn't have to necessarily be you directly. Oh, okay. And I just got guidance. So the other night I was sitting on the porch, 2 nights ago, and I was guided to record some information that was coming through. Give me a second here. But I was also guided to keep it private. But we're gonna go ahead, and for this episode, they want me to go ahead and play them in order. Oh no, yes, they said okay. So I didn't say it right. I wasn't on the porch. This was when I was doing my nails. I was on the porch when I was thinking about doing this reading. That's when I was on the porch. But I just heard to go ahead and play those 3, and it's like 3 minutes long. So here we go. Hey baby. Okay, so I'm here getting set up to do my nails, and then I heard it. It was like, they think, like, you might even think this, you probably think this, because when I was in that situation, that's what I thought it was, that somebody else had did something to me. Somebody put you there. Somebody put this on you. Somebody put that on you. Somebody did this to you. Somebody did that to you. And then it's like, in reality, the day that they did that to you was really you doing it to you, because you knew what you were going to get in coming through. That's the whole message right there. And it's a doozy. listen to that a few times until you get it. Like, and then when you that's why when you closing the window of control down is about realizing that you affect your energy. They could respond to it. That's their choice. It has nothing to do with you. That's why that's what closes the window, because it was them that did to you. They just took advantage of the situation they found. Message. I go live again because all I keep seeing on repeat is somebody who's strapped down. And I just see so that you can do this. And then all the chains, cords, whatever it was, just busted. The straps, the ties, anything that was binding, busted. And it's like, why would I choose to put myself in a situation where I feel like I'm buried so deep underneath the pain, underneath the strain and the stress and the sorrow and whatever? Well, because that was the only way. It's like you were betting on you. You weren't betting against them. You were betting on you. You were betting on you that you could break those bindings. And a lot of people come and I heard that some people, as of right now, like they've overstretched. We'll see. They're still here, so they could get it. And there's a lot that have done it before us. But that's why. You bet high on yourself. You're like, you know what? I'm going there. I'll handle this. I'll handle that. And I'll build my strength through it to bust it all. All right, I'm going to go try to do my nails again. That's what I got. Who you were. They thought that they saw something in you that you didn't see in yourself. But little did they know that just because you didn't tell them about what you know about yourself, didn't mean you didn't have it. The as a part, they really got them tossed up. Because they didn't think that you knew who or what you are. So they tried to tell you, well, you know you're this and you know you're that. And you're like, yeah, I know. Oh, thank you. You might only say, oh, thank you. And in your head, you're like, I knew that about myself. What do you think you're fucking telling me? Shit, I don't know. Hoo-wee. Okay, so that's the whole compilation there. 3 very short videos that needed to come through here. Yeah, so it all started when I was thinking about people believing that, and where I have believed that somebody else has control over my experience, that there are curses, that there's spell work, that there's external control figures. Okay. And it's like, in the past, we could have blamed family curses or that witch over there or whatever. But it was like, no, what they don't understand is that the reason you close the window of control down is because you stop trying to control external factors, is because nobody else ever had control over it. It was always you. So if you felt like you were living life under a black cloud or whatever type of limiting situation and circumstance, the crazy part is like, you bet so hard on you that you knew that even in those restrictions, even under those experiences, you would it would force you to be in that spiritual gym, build your power so strong that you would be able to break all bindings. And so what I was talking about is that witch over there and those family curses and all that stuff. All that was just them stumbling onto a situation that you put in place. And then now they thought that they had power in this too. They thought that they were doing it to you. I just heard how arrogant of them to think that they could change your life destiny, that they could steal your inheritance, that they could steal your talents, that they could ruin your love life. They could never do that. Anywhere where those things happen, it was part of a divine master plan, which when you're in the middle of living it, it's like, no way, you're crazy. There's no way that I ever chose this for myself. But you did, and you banked on you. You bet on you. You're like, I know I could get through this. Nobody else had power over you. Nobody else put a spell on you. I mean, they might have, but it wasn't actually the reason that you went through anything. The only reason that you went through anything was because you chose that path for your empowerment. In other words, somebody chooses to go to the gym. Never. Somebody chooses to go once a week, and somebody is in that thing every day. So on a spiritual example, like of that, it would be like you were one who chose to go to the gym more frequently than most. In other words, you chose a high level of restrictive energy. Now, what I was being shown was the pressure and the restriction. What it did was it caused you to grow your own strength, to develop yourself in order to break free from the situation. They keep repeating in my mind now, the butterfly that finally is released from its cocoon. Only when its wings are strong enough to fly. If you help the butterfly out of the cocoon, it will die an earlier death than it was meant to. They don't live long anyways, but it will die because the resistance from the cocoon, the resistance from the cocoon was necessary exercise. It was necessary exercise. So likewise, that's what I was shown, is that anywhere where you felt like you just couldn't get ahead for trying and nothing was working out, and you felt like someone was against you, or some power, external thing had more power in your life than you, any of those situations like that, that was you inside of the cocoon still. And when you get to that moment in life, whether you're there yet or not, whether you're heading there, wherever you're at is perfect. Remember that first and foremost. Whether you are still in the cocoon, whether you don't even realize you're cocooned your energy still, or whether you bust loose recently, where you are is perfect. Okay? Because the thing of it is, it's like, for you to accomplish this goal that you set in coming to earth, you knew you would need a certain level of strength, of power, of energy. So you decided to put yourself through these strenuous circumstances so that you could develop that. If there's no resistance, there's no development. If that diamond is not under pressure, there becomes no diamond. It's coal first. It's just carbon. It turns to diamond when it actually is under pressure for an amount of time. So I heard you are God's diamonds. You need to know that you are God's diamonds. Okay? And you were in this situation because, so all those restraints, and so what I saw in my mind's eye was like a crazy house straight jacket, but it was more than that, because not only did it have the arms tied, but there was like chains, and there were ropes, and there were bindings all tying this person down. And then I just saw the person, once they finally did their strength from inside, realizing that the strength and the power was internal, it never came from outside. Then they just bust all of that all at once. And that's the way it's going down. Just like that butterfly, when its wings, when it leaves the cocoon, is because its wings are ready. Its wings have developed, and now it can live its full life. And so it's like, that this is a necessary to develop spiritually for the purpose and path that we have been chosen for, allowed for, because really you chose it. So who's the chosen one? Did you choose? You chose. You're the chosen one. You chose this for yourself because you knew you could do it. Somebody had to do it. And here's the cool part about it on a macro scale. It's like each one who busts out of all those bindings, that energy pervades all humanity. It pervades human consciousness on earth, even after that human has left the earth. Um, it was a really profound, the way it was shown to me. And then it reminds me of the other, that was actually a porch download, where it was like you came and you handled a lot of battles. So each of these battles that I'm thinking about, karmic battles, karmic situations, family things, ancestral things, stuff that's been handed down and down and down and down the line. Some of y'all were big transmuters of energy for your entire communities, for your town, for your city, for your country. You don't even know. Like, here's the thing: when you come to Earth, you don't know. But I saw that. Some of we're transmuting lots of energies, and so each one of those chains, those ropes, those straps that was binding us down was something that was connected to all the collectives. And so each one breaking it makes it's like the rope begins to fray, the links on the chain begin to weaken for everyone else who's in them, because your strength contributes to the strength of the collective. And what is the collective? They want me to touch on that. The collective is all those who are also here to raise the vibration, which is literally all of them. But every human on Earth came here to raise the vibration of the planet. If they had not, their application would have been denied. That was the whole point of being here. And now some of them came in to play shadow parts, and some of them came in to play light parts. You came in to play a powerhouse. You came in to be a powerhouse, okay? Of light and shadow. Hello? How much power? They just show me something so funny. How strong can you be if you only exercise your right arm? You know, you got to work both sides of your body at once. Likewise, you got to work your shadow and your light at once. So you came in to be a powerhouse because you learned and exercised the shadow and the light, okay, in a balanced way. And everybody that came to Earth came here to do that. Now here's the rub though. Some don't ever actually fulfill it. Some of them were over betting because they were like betting against you. Why? They just showed me this is so petty. They were like, yeah, oh, they heard that the tribe signed up for such a huge task on Earth, so they're like, I can now do what? But source doesn't come that way. Energy doesn't come that way. But when they got to Earth, that's the energy they carry. It's like this energy is about you. We're not gonna worry about what they do. I just got the call back. They were like, yeah, let's stop worrying about what they do. The point is, you are one of the ones who is awakened to who and what you are. You've been working to acquire this balance within yourself, and it's not even a work. It's a natural becoming of self-awareness, and you've been doing that, I'm hearing, successfully for years, to different levels and different degrees. It doesn't matter how fast you do it or how much you do it at once. It matters only that you do it. Matters only that you do it. And so there's as you break those bindings, okay, and you took on all this different ancestral karma, family karma, community stuff, like whatever it was, right? You free the energy to flow at a higher vibration. You free the energy to flow at a higher vibration. And when you complete these different levels, it's like they're showing me checkpoints in a video game. It's not one big reward. It's not one big reward. It's not one big payday. It's not one big beautiful consequence and repercussion for what you've done. It's along the way. It's like they're showing me a path, and dots along the path. It's like it's like eating, honey. You don't eat all the food for your life in one sitting. No, you take it a little bit as you can digest it, and that's how your uh, blessings unfold. That's how your rewards unfold. That's how your I'm hearing birthright is revealed to you. Because every time I fix my mouth to say rewards, I'm like, it's not a reward though. Reward is, it doesn't encompass the full meaning of it. It's your birthright. It's like thank you. That was a beautiful way you just said that. Let's say it clearly. Receiving your birthrights is because you do right for why you were birthed here. You get it? Man, that's kind of profound. So receiving your birthrights is unlocked as you come here and you do what you birthed yourself here to do. So that's a big deal. And a lot of people will shy away from this because it takes a cold, cruel, hard look at the self. You can't do it without self-awareness. You can't do it without truth. That's where some folks get their self caught up. And I hear that's where we've gotten ourselves caught up in the past. But those truths don't change. Those authentic divine truths about ourselves don't change. Some truths change, but who and what you are will always be, and it's always calling to you, just as it's always calling to me. Okay. So this is going to be really interesting to see what comes out of these cards with all these channeled messages that have come through before any cards were ever pulled. I'm excited to see what is coming out of Shadow's time. But before we get started, baby, I got to go put this fan on. I already pulled my hair back. Let me put this fan on right quick. Give me a sec. Okay. It's either that or cut the air down, but I don't want to cut the air down no more because then I'm going to end up freezing. I know me. All right. So, thank you. You had to adjust the temperature. Remember, on this channel, everything is on purpose. My whole life is filled with purpose. I live a purpose-driven life. Even in my business, my nail business, those who come in with purpose. So if you're here, there is a purpose. And God said to me a long time ago, we get people sit in front of you so they can sit down and shut up long enough so they can hear the words that will change their life, because you're going to tell them what they've been praying to know, what their soul has been wanting to know. That I have the ability to channel that through, and I've seen it time and time again, and some of you have experienced it too. So let's see what's coming out in these messages tonight. Not really getting a spread, so this is going to be kind of free for all. The only thing that I've been guided is to pull from both decks because these cards are aligned with one another and the message. So let's get it started. And they're saying to put them here. We have the Three of Pentacles. And here we go. There is one who seeks to change your trajectory in a deceitful way. Separate from them. Yesterday, we have the Three of Pentacles. Cooperation. I'm hearing, be very careful about who you cooperate with. It's wise to be careful about who you choose to cooperate with, because there will be others who will try to change your trajectory. But remember, the main point of the message is they only show up because you are betting on you. You bet on you that when these fools show up trying to change your trajectory, you would have the wisdom, the insight that what the heck is the word forbearance mean? Because I heard forbearance real quick. They said forbearance. I don't even know what that word means, but I'm about to look it up. But the forbearance to work it out. So let me just see what this word means. We're going to do a vocabulary word. Forbearance, a refraining from the enforcement of something such as a debt, right, or obligation that is due. Ooh. So this is like, you could tax that ass because they owe you in some sort of way. Oh, they owe you that ass whooping. Like they owe you some licks. Like you have the right to go for someone. You have the right. So you could even know that there's somebody. And for somebody, I'm seeing what, because of this Three of Pentacles, there's three specific people that you are aware that have come into your path, tried to change your trajectory. You really have valid reasons to want to tear them up. But we're not going to do that. You're forbearing it. You're not enforcing something that is owed to you there. I heard it's amazing what happens when you take your hands off of it and let God put God's hands on it. When you let the universe put its, I'm getting the word tendrils all over it, and they're showing me like a bunch of strings that are connected to all these other things on the planet. That was so cool. So, yeah. What else about this? Hold on. Let me look at these for a minute. They're showing me, as soon as I asked that, they showed me the hand position of our little stick figure here with this Three of Pentacles. Appears to be some sort of stress. Now, why did they show me that? Remember that football player they got in all kinds of trouble because he took a knee to pray on the football field? Oh, they didn't like that. So is there something here about when there's stress happens, you take a knee and you pray? That might not be literal, but literally, what is literal is you communicate with the divine. When there's a stressful situation, you communicate with the divine. How do I handle this? How do I work with this? And I see that you've been doing this multiple times. And the number three is a creative energy. So there's this awareness that how you respond and react to situations is going to build an energy for you. It could be an innate awareness where it's just part of your being to know that, or it could be very conscious. If it wasn't very conscious before and it was just part of your innate, it just became very conscious. I just saw somebody's energy shift because they just realized, like, oh, that's why I do that. Okay. um but there's this, you could do a lot of damage to different ones if you chose to do damage to different ones. That's not the choice that you're making. You're not here, I'm hearing that's in alignment with your purpose, because you didn't come here to do damage to individuals. I heard there's no blessings in that. There's no benefit in that. It really don't behoove you, them, or anything on planet Earth if you just come in to do damage. I heard all it does is perpetuate the density, perpetuate the machine. It's like they just show me digging the hole deeper. Okay. I just heard somebody just 3 days ago separated from somebody because they realized within the last 3 days, or 3 days ago specifically, they separated from 1 to 3 people, 1, 2, or 3 people, because they realized, like, that is not part of my path. And now I see these cards going over here. So let's get our next couple cards and see what else we have. What you are here to do is bigger than what they are here to do with the Chariot. And this energy was coming through during the channeling. You chose a huge amount of chains, straps, ropes, restrictions to break through. And that Chariot saying, yeah, baby. And I'm getting, like a warm knife through that room temperature butter in the pot type of a thing. Yeah. So what you're here to do is bigger than what they're here to do. That's why you don't get yourself caught up in that petty mess over there. We're not getting caught up in petty mess. Why? Because what you're here to do is bigger than what they're here to do. Yeah. What you're here to do is bigger than what they're here to do. The Chariot Victory Road, and you're this victory, this Chariot card is never given me this message before, but again, it's repeating the message of you bet on yourself, and that's the winning bet. Betting on yourself to be successful is the winning bet. And it starts in the simplest of ways. I just had a phone conversation with somebody the other day, and I had to find a way to get off of the phone with that person because I just couldn't take it anymore. I'm listening to this person tell me how stupid they are, how dumb they are. I'm listening to this person dig their hole deeper while they're on the phone with me, knowing I do what I do. I don't want to hear that mess. I don't. And so this is the energy here. It's like anything that is petty, that is distraction from the path, that lower vibrational self-abusive consciousness, it just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. And I'm seeing this, there's a ship here, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 masts. I'm assuming that's the word masts because that's what they're giving me on this ship to hold its sails. And it's interesting because I don't see no sails, but this ship in my mind's eye is flying. And then I'm seeing something else in it too. It also looks like an island filled with giant antennas. And this is what you look like energetically. Okay, island and antennas. What that's saying to me is like, you are autonomous, yet you know you're connected to all that is, and your ability to communicate with that all that is. So the island, the reason I saw island, you guys saw Avatar, right? This looks like those floating islands. That's what it looks like to me right now. But with all these huge antennas up there, what are the antennas? Sending and receiving frequency. So we're not going to, there's this energy here of not getting into cooperation, agreements, situations with those who are in that self defeatist mentality, digging the hole deeper mentality, because your frequency antennas, like they're super huge. The number 9, they're showing me the numerology of the number 9. Number 9 relates to all the other life path numbers. If you're a life path number 9, you can literally relate to anyone else. What's your life path number? Hit me up in the comments. Somebody's a life path number 7. Somebody's a life path number 3. If you don't have, you've never studied your life path, honey, you might want to study your life path. If you've never done that birth chart investigation to learn about your birth chart, it's time to do that type of stuff right now. Yeah, because what you're here to do is bigger than what they are here to do. And there's something here about keeping your frequency high and pure, because your power is so potent. It's like if you get grumpy in your living room, little did you know that fights bust out in your neighbors' houses because they just went overboard real easy because you weren't holding your frequency. Is that your fault? No, that's still their fault. However, you there are side effects to you what you do because of the potency of power that you hold. And with that comes some responsibility when there is self-awareness. Okay, so likewise, when you're in your house singing and dancing in your kitchen, little do you know that around your neighbor's house, I just saw a couple, and they're like there's this married couple. I don't know who they are, but there's a married couple that was shown to me, and they're like giggling and playful with one another. And then I saw a kid. I just saw a little boy. He's like 3 years old, and he came up, and I don't know if he made something. Oh, okay. They say because it's more than one little boy that they're showing me at the same time. So there's a couple of boys, and one of them made something, and the other one made a joke. And either way, everybody laughed. And the little boys. So this is there are side effects to the energy and frequency that you hold. It's important. Why do you have 9 antennas on your island? In other words, why are you so potent? Do you have the potency to affect everybody? Because you broke all those chains. You broke all those bindings. You did so much to free yourself that it's like if nobody's ever done it before, or the less people that have done it, it's like you rise higher on a sort of they're giving me the word chart, but that's not the energy. On the pyramid, thank you. You come taller in the pyramid, the more rare the accomplishments on the spiritual plane that you have accomplished raises you up on the pyramid of power on earth. Now, that doesn't mean that societal groups are going to acknowledge you, accept you, or even fucking respect you. No, that's not what we're saying. We're talking spiritual level. But it doesn't matter, because when you understand that there is nothing in the physical world that wasn't first spiritual, you understand that everything is spiritual. So why mess with the side effects when we could go straight to the source, get to the root of it all? Let's get into the spirit of it. Let's create the energy. And that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. So part of this was choosing on, do I cooperate or not? Well, let me take a knee. Let me consult divine. Divine say, oh no, we won't. Hell no, we won't go. Okay. And so then boom, you're on victory road, because what you're here to do is bigger than what they're here to do. So this is the energy too of like, and it's not to say that, how do we say it right then? I don't want to say what it's not to say. We want to say what we mean and what we want to understand clearly. Okay, what we get to understand clearly, not what we don't want. So, what is it? Your because on the physical human perspective, somebody who stays home and takes care of the kids doesn't tend to get all the accolades as somebody who's out in front of the society, on the mainstream, on the camera, with a following and all that stuff. But in spirit's eyes, none of that matters. What matters is the energy that's created by what you're doing, because you're the creator of the energy. You're the creator of the energy. So let's see what else is coming out next, because you're on victory road now. With the end of one phase, the beginning of the next, and we have the emperor. You could sit down and rest your crown for a minute, okay? Because this is break time. You get a break time. So recently, you they said 1, 2, or 3 days, you decided not to cooperate with an energy. You saw that it would take you off course. And it's like they're saying do this because it's like past, present, future, what it was, what it is, what it will be energy. All right. So, and then what's coming up next with that is, as one phase is ended, the beginning of the next phase. In the next phase, boom, you empower emperor boss energy in your masculine energy. So this isn't sitting around being idle, creating from your mind and your spirit only. No, this is taking it out to the world. Okay. And then I just heard taking it to the streets. Okay. I don't know any other lyrics from that song, but taking it to the streets. That's what I heard. Okay. So that's the energy. You're going to be taking it to the streets in the next phase. Okay. So I heard, what part of me is choosing this? Okay. As if we don't know, but let's see what it says. What part of me is choosing this? It's the 10 of cups. OMG. 10 of cups, family, happiness. The happy ending part of you is what's choosing this. And the message that comes from the oracle with it says compromising at this time will only serve as delay, distraction, or possibly even disaster. This is why you're not going to get caught up with cooperating with that external thing. Okay, so that's the part of you that's choosing this. The 10 of cups, the happiest part of you. The happiest part of you is the part of you that's choosing this. What is the happiest part of you seeking to create in this experience? I heard next. Let's see. Happiest part. Damn! OMG, didn't I tell you that both these decks was aligned? And I didn't know I was going to ask these questions. I didn't know what the spread was going to be. I didn't know what questions we were going to ask, but this is amazing. Because, honey, these two cards are perfectly synonymous, just like everything else here has been. And we have the 10 of Pentacles. So what is this happiest part of you seeking to create? Having it all, doing it all. Abundance. And then what's the oracle card that came out with it? I am abundant. It is my birthright. Did we not talk about our birthright during the channel part of this message? I am abundant. It is my birthright. Why? Was your happiest part of yourself seeking to creating this? Abundance. For the family, 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups. Both of those cards speak to me about family. What else is it? The happiest part of you seeking to create? 10 of Pentacles always speaks to me about closing karmic cycles, contract complete. This is like soul contract complete energy here. So the happiest part of you is seeking to close out those soul contracts with any of these distractions from your path, creating family happiness, abundance, a legacy. I heard a legacy. Now that word hasn't come through the channel in quite a bit, but I heard a legacy. Wow. Okay. So they're saying, what's the next most important step you can take? Okay. And what do we have? Ooh, the 3 of Swords and for money. So the truth that hurts like a bee and sets you free. Are you doing it for money? So there's somebody here who thinks that they do things for money. Or you really like, you're like, Melinda, I don't think I do things for money. I do things for money. Okay. The truth that hurts like a bee and sets you free. As long as you're chasing the money's going to run from you. If you do it just for the money, the attainment is not the same as what's up here, because this is not for the money. This is for the family. This is for the legacy. This is for the abundance that is the birthright. There's a difference in that. There's a huge difference in that. I'm hearing to be of service to the family as I look at this 10 of Cups energy here. See how the big one is given to the little one, so I can take care of the family. So I can provide. So I can allow. And when I say family, your definition of family is not going to be the exact same as everyone else's, and that's okay. So they just want me to throw that out there. Somebody really needed to hear that, okay? Because somebody is getting tripped up on the word family. I see somebody's energy, and you are getting tripped up on the word family because family is a hard freaking spot for you. I get it. Those feelings are valid. But they said, if that's the case, what family have you created for yourself? And I see somebody saying, I'm really be a loner. I really be by myself. And that's okay. You're doing it at the very least for your soul family, okay? And yourself. And yourself. You are your family, and that's okay. However that works out. But what you do for yourself, and that's okay, also affects your soul family. You got to understand this. And now they want me to touch on, so what is the soul family? I heard soul family, you might not ever meet these people, but these are the people that are connected to you because they hold common energies as you. Because you got to remember, all is one and one is all. So ultimately, if everybody on the planet died at the same time, which is not going to happen, they immediately said, which is not going to happen. But let's just say that if that were to happen, everybody would immediately become one energy, that which is divine. And because you become focalized into this central point of focus that you call your body, doesn't mean that you're no longer divine. They're giving me the word emissary. You are the emissary of the divine, which is the wholeness of what you are. Yeah. So there's something here about you can't just do it for the money, but the money comes, right? But the money comes because you do it for the larger purpose, for the bigger purpose. What is the bigger purpose here? Let's see, what's the bigger purpose? The Four of Swords. Wow. Chill and heal energy, the Four of Swords energy. Okay. The bigger purpose. How can you be free without first allowing freedom to flow? I am free. I am honoring the freedom in you just as I do in me. That's the bigger purpose. You have a bigger purpose here. And that's the bigger purpose. The healing energy that grants freedom, freedom from the restrictions, laying these karmic energies and issues to rest, laying these repetitive cycles down, putting them down for good, I heard. Chill and heal energy. And in this card deck, this image is just giving me like, why does he look like a surfer? He looks like pure aloha vibes, out there surfing in the waters. And then I'm seeing the dandelion seeds. There are dandelion seeds flying. So it's like to plant new seeds of peace. Why? What is the bigger purpose here? To plant new seeds of peace. One of the biggest things that causes so much strain, stress, and fighting within households is freaking money. What you need to do, stop fighting about the fucking money with yourself and with other people. Somebody here, you needed to hear that, and with the intensity that you heard it. But the bigger purpose is bringing peace and freedom. Peace and freedom. Okay. Now I know we said we're going to make this all about you, and it's still about you, but what is it? External assistance. So this is going to help something from this universe, because remember, it's all connected by these tendrils. They're showing me like a spider web where all these tendrils come together in intersections and cross, and there's entanglements and all this. So what is it that is being drawn in to assist you What is coming up in the experience? What will you see? Who will you see? What will you experience that's going to assist you for the immediate future? I'm hearing for the immediate future. Okay. And that's the Six of Pentacles in mind games. Wow. I love it. Okay. Because this is something that I'll be doing, baby. So this is what you do. This is what's going to assist you. You got to use that powerful mind, because you are the island with all the antennas. You're the floating island with all the antennas connecting to all consciousness of the universe on all time, space, and dimension. So, what is it that you need to do? You need to use that mind power to send that frequency out and receive it back in abundance. How can you do that? First thing is start noticing where abundance exists in your reality. And I've told you before, you could count the blades of glass, blades of glass. Meant to say blades of grass if you want to. Somebody, I don't know why you have blades of glass. Please put it in a comment, because I'm so freaking curious right now. However, you could count the braids. Now I'm hearing braids of grass. OMG. Okay, that wasn't somebody here. You making hemp rope, baby. Okay. Somebody's got, I just saw somebody with a whole bunch of hemp rope hanging up. I don't know what that's about. Maybe you make it. But put something in the comments. Clear this up for me, because my download didn't show me everything I'm curious about, only what I needed to say. All right. But as I was getting ready to say again, blades of grass, count the blades of grass. Somebody, you can sit there and count your abundance by counting the number of braids in your head. Okay. Something about braids, because instead of saying blades, it came out braids the next time. I heard just like God counts abundance by knowing the very number of hairs on your head and how many tears you have cried. You can focus on abundance in any way you want to. The point is to do it from a lighter feeling energy. So, again, the blades of grass, the clouds in the sky ahead, unless it's not a cloudy day, the rocks in the landscaping, the birds in the trees, the number of books on your shelf, the amount of pairs of shoes you have, you shoe head. Mhm. Yeah. And I could sit here and look at abundance around me with all these cards that you all have helped me to collect, and I'm sure that's not done yet. I actually just recently added some new ones on the Amazon wish list, so feel free to add some more to our collection if you want to. But yeah, abundance is everywhere. Start paying attention to where it is. It's a mind game. Pay attention to the abundance that you have to give, the abundance you have to receive, the abundance you have to observe. And then they're saying another good thing you would love the effects of is it in the realization that it all comes to and through you, because you are the sender and receiver of the frequency, and you are a floating island. They're saying, see it come down from the crown. See that God is creating all things through you. And since God sends everything to you through the crown, see it come down through the crown, through your entire chakra system, and go out into your root chakra, into your physical reality. You're going to love the side effects of that one. They're saying find ways to play. So if you come up with your own mind games, or if you have your own mind games, it's something I clearly haven't mentioned here, put it in the comments, share it with the tribe. Oh, they said like our memberships here. The memberships on the channel is totally a mind game. It's totally a mind game. Anyone who has a membership is consciously choosing to raise the vibration of all the money on earth so that it could be more of a vibrational match for all the high vibrational beings on earth, because everything has to be a vibrational match. What God showed me is part of the reason why so many great, amazing, loving, divine beings have had so much financial struggles, because the vibration of money was so low, contaminated with death and greed and filth, because that was the energy that it was holding. And all it takes is us with our intention to raise the vibration of money. Mind games, use the mind games. Yeah. Like, for example, they're saying when you pay your bills, say you owe $500. Well, pay $550, $506, $501. Anything above what you owe. That's a mind game, because now your mind knows that you have it to afford to pay more than you owe. And what happens? It just goes on a credit for the next bill anyways, right? Um what mind games. Ooh, here's a great mind game they just brought to mind. So in my car, I have a little Honda two-door Accord, black. Her name is Shadow. She's spicy and saucy. I love her. Little tight booty that fits everywhere. But in the driver's door, there's a little cubby, right? So I have a little miniature bank bag, and I put all my change in there. Anytime I get coins, I don't like to carry coins in my pocket, so I put the change in there. Quit carrying a purse years ago, so I put the change in there. At home, I have the love bucket. Some of y'all might remember from when we used to do a lot of raffles on the channel. I have the love bucket. If the change does end up in the house, I put it in the love bucket. At the shop, I have another little bucket. It's a polka dot bucket. End up with change at the shop, it goes into there. So now what is the mind game? I have money everywhere. Is that facts? Hell yeah, those are facts. Those are facts. And you can do that with anything. You can do that with anything, anywhere. You can do it with love. You could do it with money. You could do it with energy. Where is the energy at? You have feeling low on energy? Start paying attention to the abundance of energy. You know what? I'm not sticking my finger in that socket, because inside that socket, if I was a sick man, there's so much energy. It's electricity just running. And look at all these electronic devices I have around me. They all run on energy. They all run on electricity. The electricity is abundant. It's amazing living here where I live, because all I got to do is push a button and the switch turns on and off. That's abundance. Okay. Water. Wow. What a great thing to pay attention to. Abundance. Mm. Abundance is coming through huge. Breaking the old mentality is part of the binds that are being broken here. If you are still, if you don't feel like you've broken free, mind games is going to be huge to breaking the binds. Because if you're in the cocoon saying, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it. Oh, that's perfect. They said, and this is why we had you tell them about that 10-second period of time where it was off. Why did my divine connection goes silent for 10 seconds? Because I was channeling a message for a classmate of mine from my childhood who kept saying, I don't know. Somebody here, that's a message. Why do you not want to say I don't know? Because of what had happened. What had happened was, for 10 minutes or 10 seconds, I didn't know nothing. Like, my brain went empty. And that is a spell. When you say you don't know, you're not even allowing space for the answers to come in. You put a period on it, you solidify it. Now it is exactly what you said it was. And that's all it can be until you change it. Because remember, again, you are the floating island who has all the antennas to send and receive the frequency. If you tell the universe, I don't know, the universe is like, well, you're right. You're the decider and declarer of what it is. So therefore, you don't know. I would encourage you, if you're a I don't know, or so many people say it and they don't even realize how often they say it. I heard, from now on, you will always be very attentive and aware to every time you say and claim, I don't know. And you will stop it and you'll say, well, what don't I know? What do I need to know? What can I learn? You're going to find another way to do it. You're going to put a question mark on it that takes you around all the information and brings you to a point that makes sense. After having considered what you didn't know, the universe will open up those answers to you. Mind games. It's time to play mind games. The most powerful thing you have is your mind. They were talking to me now about I had listened to this Kevin Trudeau series. He was talking about frequency, and he was saying, if you have a cell phone or a radio and you are in the basement of a building, like, the frequency is too large to travel to get through the steel and the concrete and all that. That's why you lose your cell signal in elevators and stuff like that, right? But he said by comparison, that frequency would be huge, right? But human thought, and I can't give you the exact proportion she showed, but basically it would be just a pin dot, the size of human frequency. Now, why the heck does that matter? Because human frequency, the size of it is so minuscule, the human frequency can instantly traverse the entire known universe. I heard in all time, space, and dimensions. It's amazing the power of human thought frequency. It can go everywhere in an instant and create, and it draws energy to it. The whole universe heard it when you thought it. So I know this is just what people say. Oh, no problem. What's the subject matter? What did the universe hear? They heard problem. That was all they heard when you said no problem. Somebody says no problem all day long. How about it's all good? How about that? You're saying the same. You're getting the same point across. But what universe heard when you said it's all good. It's good. It's good versus problem. Okay. It's so interesting that there's so many things. Oh, that's bad. You see it. I'm guilty. You see a great car pull up in the parking lot. It's like, oh man, that's badass. Is it bad or is it fantastic? So we have, and who, I just heard this so loud. They said, and if you think it's by mistake, if you think it's accidental or what's that? Just coincidental. No, it was all part of a construct. It was part. I heard the cocoon construct. It was all part of the cocoon construct. It was all part of this restrictive, confining, limited construct. The same construct that we came here to evolve. But to evolve that construct would have to do with shifting the way the mind plays the game. All right, so I feel like it's time to get into some more cards. I'm feeling oracle cards, and I'm seeing, there it is, the Work Your Light Oracle. Okay, and I guess the numerology wanted to come out too, so we're going to take both of those first, and let's see what messages we have to add to this reading for you at this time. From the Work Your Light Oracle, what is the most important message here today for the tribe? What you want me to say in this vibe? Okay, let's see. Most important messages for the tribe in this vibe. What do we have? Let's source go. They said one more down on my lap. What else do you have for us? Thank you. And it says Pleiades. I love this. Is so in alignment with everything we've said. Double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. Hello. Channeling and uplifting humanity. What a confirmation for all the messages that we've channeled here. Let's see what else we have. Oh, they said to make it like a Celtic spread. Interesting. So let's do it. They said just pull off the top. Okay. Crossed by, so we have the Pleiades channeling, double mission channeling and uplifting humanity, crossed by the sisterhood of the rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. This is the opportunity to be part of this community of mystics, of teachers. Yeah. Devoted, of priestesses, devoted in beauty. I love that. Okay. What is below? We have the mirror. Who or what is triggering you? Who or what is triggering you? Now, mirroring, Spirit has shown me some stuff about mirroring that is not necessarily in anybody's decks that I've seen out there, but they showed me smoky mirrors. Because so my mother had this condo when I was a teenager, and in her condo, the whole wall, as soon as you entered in, was all mirror, but it wasn't the mirror like you have in your bathroom. It was like it had a golden tinge to it. It had a different tinge of color to it. It's like smoky, browny. I don't know. It was like muted the mirror, right? It was muting the mirror. Now, so there's that. Not even the coloration is correct, okay? When you're looking in a smoky mirror. Now, even if it's a clear mirror, you have to remember something about mirrors. They don't show you as you are. They show the opposite reflection. It's facts. That's why, if you have backwards writing, you can read it in a mirror because it shows the opposite reflection. This is big info right here. You got to remember that about mirroring. They're going to show you your opposite reflection. So you say, they're mirroring me. Okay, are they showing you your opposite reflection? And how is that true? And what is that opposite reflection telling you about you? Okay. And behind you, you have the age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. You didn't come here. This is why you bet on you, baby. And remember I said you rise to the top of the pyramid earlier? And look it. I didn't know I was going to pull another deck out. I thought we were done at 40 minutes in. But no, we're still here. And now we have a card with you in the top of a pyramid. And I didn't know that. Spirit did, God did, universe did, and here it is. You ascended to the top of this pyramid, okay, the age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. You came in here betting on you, knowing you could do this. What's above you? Men talking, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. So what's on your brain? I heard on heaven as on earth as in heaven. Okay, bringing God's will to earth as it is in heaven, because that's what I just heard that, and it was like bringing that home where the light workers come from to earth, because that's what earth was created to be, but it needed to grow into that frequency. That's why you came in here knowing that you would deal with all these different mirroring triggers and people, and you would get a handle on this mind game, and you would rise, and you would have breakthroughs so profound for this level of human evolution, of human the conscious of the evolution of human consciousness. You would have such profound breakthroughs that had not been pushed this far, that it was going to put you through the top of the pyramid. You just knew it. You were betting on yourself to get there, to do this, to make it happen. Look at you. What's in front? Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? And I see divine thruple energy here, and the pyramid energy is there again. Don't dim your light to fit in. So now that you've done this, that, and the other, honey, walk with your head hold high. Don't let nobody make you feel like you're less. There ain't no back of the bus seats for you, honey. I don't know what you did, but we're not going to make small to make them feel comfortable. And that's the problem. So in your physical experience, I feel like what I'm being shown here and what I see is that you are triggering people because you're not dimming your light to fit in. And then I also see where ones who are earlier in this process are kind of toning themselves down because they just don't want to hear what the other folks got to say. I hear you. You're trying to preserve your peace. But I'm telling you, what's being developed in you, if you're there, is that no matter how much they're triggered by who and what you are, you will never again deny who and what you are. You will be in your authentic, empowered self permanently. Like, this is it. This is what you are becoming, a powerhouse, baby. Yeah, if you're not there, and if you are there, that's your message. Okay, what are you doing at this time? I love this star seed. You're figuring out that you're a star seed, and what lights you up. So what are you doing? You're like, well, what do I want to do today? What do I want to do today? What do I want to do with my time today? Where do I want to be? What do I want to do? What makes me happy? Some of you really don't know what you want to do. You really don't know what makes you happy. They said that's why this whole planet is here filled with so many options. Investigate some things. And I don't know who you are, but they said, it might be a good idea for you to look at different types of documentaries about different types of activities, because I see somebody has access to that. And that is a good way for you to research, whether that's on your laptop or your television, because I'm not sure what kind of screen I was seeing, but I saw that. But there's something here about maybe I'm even getting somebody is they because you're in your cocoon, right? I'm picking up on somebody who's in their cocoon, which is telling me you can't move around a lot right now. So maybe your finances are hard, maybe your health is hard, maybe there's physical limitations, transportation issues, whatever the heck it is. They're saying you still have a means to investigate what lights you up, what turns you on, what is it that makes you excited. Discover different things, search up different things: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Netflix, whatever it is. Search up these different things, documentaries, activities, talents, skills, abilities. They said go watch how it's made for a while, see if that stirs up anything in you. Okay, there's something here about exposing yourself to different things because you're trying to figure out what lights you up. And for somebody here, maybe it's not so generalized as that. I'm picking up on somebody where the energy is, I see you. And your energy is like you're trying to see who you can connect with. Like, dude, I stay lit. Who lights for you? It's like, who lights up like I do? I'm picking up on your energy. You are like, I'm the only one. And that's okay. But I know I'm not the only one here. I didn't come here alone, because remember, in your headspace, you have Mintonkin. So again, it's like that there's somebody else here who's also from your home. You're not the only one here from that home. You're not the only one here who's coming with that love and peace and happiness and that empowered, divine, authentic energy. So you are ready to connect with others who carry an energy similar to yours. That's perfect, because they just show me, y'all know I got a brother, right? And he called and that lit me up. And then they just showed me that energy. So it's like you're looking, somebody here, what's mattering to you right now at this time, at this phase. Of course. Okay, thank you. Is human connection. Why did I just get that? Of course, because they said, yeah, you can't do the channeling and uplifting humanity if you're not having any human connection. But if you're in this phase where you're still in the cocoon going through a transformation, which is what happens from a caterpillar to a butterfly, you're getting new powers, new abilities, there's this downtime, right? So is this making plans for your downtime? Maybe while you're in your cocoon phase, you might research some places you are intent to go discover in your town, in your city, in your state, in your country. I don't know how far you travel. Some folks really be traveling a lot. Let me see. I'm kind of a homebody. In your environment, what's the energy there? Wow. Birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. I see that this is, yes, there is the ones that are like you. It's like, thank you. All of your your government agencies, they tend to work in couples, in teams, right? Teams of two. Oh, snap. They just showed me a dream that I had years ago. They just brought it back. In this dream, I was in some place. It was next to the water. It was on the beach. There was a sandy beach, and then there was this stairs, and it went into this living area, and we all met in a room. It was a bunch of people in a room. And they gave us the book, and it was the Sisterhood of the Rose was in the book. And the message that I got that he was giving, there was a speaker, and it was a masculine energy. It was speaking to everybody there. I would say there was probably in this room, it wasn't huge. There's probably max anywhere from 30 to 40 people sitting in this room. Okay. And I'm sitting kind of towards the back. But one of the things that they're bringing to my mind about that dream that I had was they said, yes, we're going to send you in pairs of two, being sent in pairs of two. So that you're not the only one. So did you just have that remembrance? Did you have something happen to you like that where you got a message from spirit? Maybe you dreamed it too. Maybe you had the same dream I did, that we were sent in twos. Now they're showing me how they tried to distract us, because they're showing me, it was at Plato's symposium where he talked about, you're doomed to search for your soulmate, because first people had two heads, four arms, and four legs, but then Zeus cut them in half so that they'd be doomed to search for each other forever. This might not be romantic, is the point. This is a partner that you work with. It could totally be romantic. We've all seen movies where, the dynamic duo actually falls in love, but for most of them, they're not romantic, these partners. But this energy here is like, you have this knowing that somebody out there, it's like, oh, I just saw it. Wow. Okay. So you have this knowing, I'm not here alone. We were sent as a partner project. I'm not the only one here doing this. You got this huge frequency, right? And if the other one is your partner, they got the same freaking skills. So here in your environment, what do we have but your partner? She's like, okay, it's time to send this beacon. I'm going to light the beacon up so my partner can find me. It's like Mayday, Mayday, or it's like, hello, what's that? Breaker 1, 2. I don't know. But it's like communications. This is like spiritually done, right? I'm sending my signal. And then over here, I know at first it looked like, and it looks like it's supposed to be Saturn and its rings. But as I see this one, it's like you're sitting there where you're in your skin, and then you notice this over here, this Saturn thing actually looks like the beacon from a distance. You're like, oh, that's where it's at. That's the beacon I've been waiting to hear from. So I guess it's time for me and my partner start working together. Another here, oh, I love that. Okay, oh, come on through, the stars. I love what you do. So the only time that they're able to send that beacon is when they come out of the cocoon too. You can only, and it's like one of you was designated as the one that would send the beacon. The other of you was designated as the one to go and go towards the beacon. Otherwise, I don't know, but that's just what I'm getting. So there's something here about that one over there. I see the beacon. I can see their beacon. Okay, I gotta get over there to where their beacon is. So there's somebody here who's putting out this beacon. Yeah. And they are in this birthing a new age energy, birthing new creations. I'm like, they're not too long out of the cocoon. In there, I heard, because once they come out of the cocoon, they have to attune themselves to their upgrades, to their new abilities, get a handle on that. Then they'll realize or have the remembrance of that ability to communicate with you across distances without physical presence, without physical awareness. It's like their soul speaks to your soul. Wow. In your innermost feelings, protection, call back your power, cut cords, soul retrieval. You know you're blessed, safe, and protected. And there's this energy here. Interesting. You're not alone in this. And there's eclipse energy here. There's this in your innermost emotions. First off, you know your energy. You got to keep your energy protected, because since this union, this work together, this partnership is coming so strong, so close, that does so much for all humanity, channeling and uplifting humanity. I just watched this TikTok. That is the perfect thing to say right now. It said, the devil attacks you because you're a threat. It said it was Denzel Washington, I came across on TikTok. Robbers don't break into empty houses, honey. That's what he said. He said the devil only sends his attack on you when you are a threat. So that's why you need to protect yourself. Now there's also in this image, which holds personal significance and could for you, especially I know it does for the New Zealanders in the house because it's in your flag. But there are 7 women here standing in this circle, and I'm getting 7 sisters energy. 7 sisters. So 7 sisters significant. My mother was one of the sisters. My brother's mother was one of the sisters. And now all the 7 sisters are united in spirit, okay? As one. Whoo! All right. Outcome energy. The initiation. Rite of passage. Crossing the threshold. Stepping into that new experience where there's this awareness that even if you're not in physical proximity to one another, you're not here working alone. Okay. Give me some more. Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. This is what you are doing. This is what you're doing. Creating heaven on earth. Let's see some more. Get grounded, impasse, highly sensitive, connect with nature. This is your job. This is what you need to do. This is what benefits you. Okay, what else? And then the pillar of light, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. This is your counterpart. This is your partner. This is the one that's sending the beacon. Their vibration is rising. They figured out that they're the oracle. And because they figured, I heard when they figured out they were the oracle, it's almost like they didn't have to set the beacon off. The beacon went off automatically. Interesting. Never heard that before. Oh, snap. Wow. They just said, do you remember when your beacon went off? And I'm like, yes, I do. They just brought it back. So the first one, the beacon goes off, and you didn't even realize you had a beacon either. But by the time the second one coming out of the cocoon beacon go off, you ready to get the message, and you can recognize it because you will have developed more. Okay. And the crumbling, what are you clinging to? So your counterpart is still in this place. Like I said, they're still acclimating to their new skills, abilities, their tools, their spiritual gifts, their spiritual tools to what they are. And so it's interesting because what you need to know is your person is straight up and down, baby. Your person is straight up and down. In both of these images, there is straight up and down energy. So your person is doing, when I say straight up and down, that has nothing to do with their sexual preference. Hello. That has to do with the way they carry their self. That has to do with the way they present themselves and the way they carry their abilities. They're doing it the way they ought to. The bottom of the deck. This is the double mission channeling and uplifting humanity. This is awakening. Hello. Energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. This is it. Awakening. Okay. What's at the bottom of the tarot deck? We didn't look at these. 8 of Wands. Where I'm hearing, okay, 8 of Wands ain't said that to me before, but it's saying to me now, where your focus goes, energy flows, and that's what grows. So some of you have been so focused on connecting with humanity, not even realizing that that was attuning you to your partner's beacon. Okay, there's something here about that beacon. Bottom bottom of the oracle deck, look, it said very special. Yes, I love it. I had no idea that I was going to be reading for an hour and 18 minutes, but this is what it do. We still have the numerology guidance cards, so let's see. Let's get some guidance from the numerology guidance cards. What's the most important message here for the tribe since your guidance cards? Can you guide us, love source God, through these cards? Because the cards don't hold the power. Did you know that the cards don't hold the power? I hope you knew that, because that is such basic level knowledge. If you are one who still believes that the only cards that work are the ones that's gifted to you and they're more powerful, oh boy, you still got a long way to come, baby, because the power is not outside of you. The power is within you, okay? The cards are cards. And yes, they carry an energy and all that, but the cards work regardless because you work regardless. Hello? If you got that, yeah. That was definitely for you. If you didn't get it, you'll get it. Don't worry. I believe in you. But it's not about me believing in you. It's about you believing in yourself. Okay. Most important message, nature. Card number 74, Chariot and Emperor energy. I'm fucking done right now. Okay. Why am I fucking done right now? Because that's exactly what we had over here. The Chariot and the Emperor energy. Card number 74. And here we have 74. Hello. Hello. Repetitive message. So now you know what I got to do. OMG. Hold on a second. Joanne Sacred Scribe. Where you at? I ain't even been on your page in a minute. Joanne Sacred Scribe. Okay. And we need 74. Boom. Let's see. All right. She's got it. Angel number 74. And let me see about this reader. Show reader. Thank you. I'm gonna read this. Give me a minute. Okay. Angel number 74 is a message from your angels that you are on the right path in every way in your life. You have been achieving a great deal and are You have been achieving a great deal and are successfully serving your divine soul mission. Call upon the angels for assistance and guidance whenever you feel the need, and trust that you are being supported, loved, and guided by the angels. Angel number 74 indicates that your connection with the angels and your strong intuition has allowed for you to receive precise divine guidance. And in turn, you have taken the appropriate actions in your life. Your angels offer you their congratulations and urge you to continue on your current life path. Angel number 74 tells you to keep up the great work. Keep your thoughts positive and focused as they're having wonderful effects in your life. Your intuition has been strong, and you have used your inner knowing and inner wisdom constructively and productively. Well done. Hello, message. And that is it, my loves. That will conclude our Tarot in the Shadows message at this time. I'm so thankful and grateful. And look, I just got to show this to you right quick before I can't, because I'm 46 years old. The bottom of the deck says domestic harmony. Domestic harmony. Hello. This is part of what you were here to accomplish. This is part of what you had to accomplish. I told you earlier, some people think that, that the housewife that takes care of the kids in the home and stuff is not of no, it's a great value. You can totally be serving your life purpose just by creating domestic harmony. And if you have Libra as a north node, that's kind of part of your life purpose for this lifetime. If you don't know what your north node is, I highly encourage you, go make that your next investigation, because you need to know what you came here to accomplish at this time. And everything happens for a reason. Each of those planets, the moon, the north node of the moon, was there to tell you something about yourself when you were born. So I am so thankful and grateful to read for you tonight. Nature, this is your nature. You are naturally doing your life purpose. This is what you came to do, baby. You are you through and through. You are in tune with your authentic, natural, divine self. Until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Later, baby. That's all, folks. And I'm out.